We are reading from the book Engaged to be Married, a romance novel. We are in chapter 28, Travelogue, September 12th. Charles and Emily have basically been hiding out, and they know this. The trip to the church that last week really took a lot out of Emily. He feels it's time to seriously discuss some things, but he has patiently waited for one of her better days. Today, Emily seems a bit more chipper and is sitting up reading the Bible. Em, I need to share a few things with you. I've had a few thoughts. Do you mind? She rubs her eyes. Sure, Charlie. I need a break from reading anyway. Charles hands her a cool cloth. He tries his best to keep cool cloths readily available for Emily to place across her burning eyes, since she has so many migraines. He also keeps hand towels moistened for her to wrap her entire head in when the pain is really severe. Thank you, Emily sighs with the welcome relief of the coolness. You were saying? Yes, uh-oh. This can't be good. Well, just hear me out. Charles takes a deep breath. Your parents. Emily leans back into the soft pillows. Please, Charlie, not this again. Okay, I don't mean to upset you. I just feel they need to. Emily has no patience or energy left for that type of discussion. Okay, listen carefully to my explanation, please. They will hate you. They will think you forced me to run off with you. They won't believe the truth of how we met or that you're my miracle. Answer to my prayers. Although my mom thinks that she does believe in those. Okay, but what about the baby? Shouldn't the fact change your mind about contacting them? Charlie, they'll hate you all the more. And that's because this baby, I know them. They'll say that you're not thinking of my physical needs and accuse you of being selfish. They'll think me getting pregnant was all your idea. Emily moans and holds up the now warmed cloth. He hands her another cloth. She pushes it away. He knows to get her the larger hand towel. Emily quickly engulfs her head inside it like a butterfly in a cocoon. He wonders how she can even breathe like that. I'm sorry, Em. It's just, well, yes. Making things right with God, I mean, this seems to have become a top priority with you now, and I thought you might consider that with your parents as well. He doesn't know how else to put it. Charlie, are you trying to be my judge and jury here? It's not necessary. God and me, we're good. I can't explain just how it is that I have this calm feeling that all is well and my seat there is reserved. Emily unwraps the cloth and sighs deeply. Charles can't comprehend how she is so at peace with God and herself and the world. His wife of the past 3 months has truly had an epiphany right before his eyes, and all that has occurred still continues to amaze Charles every day. Their life seems so surreal. All right, enough said. I'll not mention it again. We will continue on with our happy little life, hoping for the best for you and for our little one. So, Charlie, I've been thinking on some things too. He almost doesn't want to ask. Okay, what things, Em? Have I told you how much I love it when you call me by my nickname? Because nicknames are so cool, you know. They are like verbal hugs each time you say it. Nice way to put that, Em, and yes, I do believe you mentioned that once or twice. And I just like saying your name. Charles sighs, thankful that such a little thing can make his wife so happy. I know it's early and we don't even know what we are having, but I was wanting to discuss baby names with you. He feels like he's been hit in the gut. He had been avoiding even the thought of naming their child. With the knowledge that the chances of a full-term birth are very slim, he hadn't let himself go there. That would make it more real and consequently more painful when they lost the child. It was hard enough knowing he was losing Emily, but this was another thing that he knew he must do for his wife and play along. Okay, do you have any names picked out? I know girls tend to already choose their babies' names when they are young, and they name them long before they've ever had a baby. Well, I did have some thoughts when I was younger, that's true, but those don't seem to fit anymore. I guess you've not thought about it. Most guys don't, do they? And my focus was always on money, not children. I don't have any family names that need to be carried on or traditions need to be kept, so I'm open to any suggestions you have, Em. Emily reaches for the Bible then. There are some pretty neat names in here. I think we should choose both a girl and a boy name. I have an idea of what the sex is, but obviously we won't know for a while. Sounds good to me. What are your choices? For a boy, I like Isaac or Jesse. Well, he'll need a first and middle name, so Isaac Jesse or Jesse Isaac? Jesse means gift and Isaac means laughter, so Jesse Isaac. The gift of laughter. So that was easy. There's the boy's name. Charlie loves watching her eyes light up, and he truly loves the name. Okay, on to the feminine names now. I only really found one I like. Hope. Hope? It means expectation. Before I met you, I had no expectation at all for my future. Well, I did, but it was that dreary prospect for sure. The expectation I feel when I hear the name Hope is all positive, encouraging, happy, and joyful. You brought hope into my life, Charlie, and love and wishes, and ultimately, now I have an eternal future to hope for. I love it. If you will allow me to pick the middle name. Of course, but I thought you said you didn't have any names that you've ever thought of that you like. Well, I didn't prior to meeting you. I honestly never thought about it, but now I have one. Okay, whatever you want, I'm sure I'll love it. Hope M. Bingenton. M? What does the M stand for? M. Like the letter M, only with an E in front of it. Hope M. Bingenton. Emily breaks into the biggest smile. His Valley Girl impression is pretty spot on, and she feels the tears welling up. He's made her happy, and emotionally so. He misunderstands the emotion she's having. I'm so sorry. You don't like it? You hate it? Never mind, you can choose whatever middle name you want. No, I love it. Thank you, Charlie. Hope M. Bingenton is perfect. And now he wants it to be a girl almost more than anything else in the world. The emotional conversation has worn her out, but she still has plenty on her mind that she wants to talk about. Charles insists that she eats just a bit and then rests some more before they continue. After a very small meal, she lies down to rest. She really wants to talk, so she sits up, but the pain forces her to lie back flat. After a deep breath, she tries again. We have had just the best time, haven't we? You've made every natural wish possible for me. And now some supernatural ones too. So what about your future, Charlie? And your business and all your savings? I want to know you're going to be okay after I'm gone. She finished the sentence. M, don't give it another thought. That's not even consideration. I planned well for I'm doing all right in the area of savings. He couldn't bring to say future. At And the business, your business? Emily reaches out for him. I never hear you call to check in with them these days. Have you lost the business you've worked so hard to build? No, not lost. It's just downscaled some. Charlie stops. He doesn't know how he feels about his business even. His life has been on a holding pattern for weeks on end, and Charles believes his main goal is to see this through with Emily. He can't begin to imagine life without his new wife, let alone going back to the way his life was before. It almost makes him shudder, but he can't let her know that she has changed his perspective completely. He doesn't want her to feel responsible for a possible change in his career or his future. Now it's my turn. Charlie, you simply must finish that sentence. She smiles, though he cannot see under the towel that she rewrapped around her head. Okay, listen carefully. Here's my full explanation. Listening. Charles doesn't know what to say. He only knows just what he is feeling in his heart. He gives it a go anyway. It's on hold, sort of. I'm fully committed to you and our baby, and this is our life now. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. Until we do, I cannot get past this right here. I don't want to get past this here. With you. You are my life. Thinking about a career is unpleasant, to say the least. I'm sorry, Charlie. I feel that you have to know you should have no regrets, Em, because I have no regrets. We are in this together, and boy, is this a trip. I have never been happier. I mean, except for all things considered. Yes, all things considered, Em. We are so serious these days, you know. I wish we could be flippantly free like we were before. A little bit of nonsense, but it seems like we've lived a lifetime in these past weeks, doesn't it? It sure does. I think I want each day to go by so slowly so that we can enjoy each other to the fullest. It's so strange, though, because I also want the time to speed by so you and our baby come to full term and we can be a real family, making all kinds of new memories. He stops, thinking that he misspoke when he said memories. I'm thankful you will have those memories, Charlie. We will, together, Em. Honestly, I've been really trying, Charlie, but it's becoming more and more difficult to even wake up or be present with you. Before now, I fought against sleep, such a waste of precious time. Now I only want to sleep, Charlie. I'm so tired. I'm in so much pain, more than not, and I'm sorry, Charlie, but I am. Charles has been dreading this very moment. He doesn't say much and just hugs his wife. Shush, shush. They sit hugging for a long while, but then he helps Emily lie back. A nap is just what you need then, my dear. I'll be right here when you wake up. Charles gives her a slight kiss on her forehead. She moans. Recently, he hasn't been able to tell if his touch causes Emily pain or if every little thing does that to her. And in his defense, Charles has to touch her, just a bit. Sadness over missing Emily, though she is still right there with him, is difficult to hide. Charles relates to what her parents have gone through, and this fact complicates his sadness. Feeling terrible for all of them, he knows that they must have assumed she has already died, and they couldn't even bury their daughter. In order to honor his wife's wishes, Charles cannot contact her parents until after she passes. However, a little detective work is not out of the question. He quietly searches online for information concerning lost loved ones. That line of searching produces nothing for him to go on. After Emily is in a deep sleep, he methodically looks through all of her meager things, trying to locate a possible clue to her hometown or her parents, anything to give him a lead to go on. Quite by accident, one shoe falls off the dresser and drops to the floor. He cringes and looks over at his wife, but she doesn't stir. Charlie bends down to pick up the shoe. It is the one that she had on when he first met her. A slight corner of a piece of paper is stuck down in her shoe, and it catches his eye. He inspects the shoe closer to discover the inner lining has been pulled away from the shoe. There's a folded paper that had been tucked underneath the lining. He looks at M. Purposefully, this was done? Glancing over at his sleeping wife, he's torn. Could he do such a thing and invade her privacy? Could he peek into a personal secret of hers? Charles chooses he must investigate further. He just can't resist learning more concerning his surprising and mysterious bride. So without further hesitation, Charles reaches for the folded paper and carefully pulls it out. The paper turns out to be a photo. As he opens the folded snapshot, Charles gasps to discover the photo of his young wife and two older people on either side of her. Your parents. They've had a professional family photograph taken, possibly right before or right after you learned of that tumor. Because of your age. Wow, Em, you are stunning in this photo. Charles has to sit down. He leans forward on the bed and begins to cry. That photo tells him a lot. Em, you've had to overcome so much, and a lot has been stolen from you. Your health, your beauty, your future. Lovingly, he looks over at his wife. But you've not allowed that disease to take away your humor or your happiness. You're so brave. Charles cannot stop staring at the photograph, and he is very pleased that she had cared enough to hold on to that keepsake of her small family. So, you do love them? Possibly you wanted them to eventually find you after all? And maybe this too? He smiles. I'm going to go with that assumption. Emily rises up slightly and chides her husband. Hey, where are you? You said you'd be right here. Charles isn't sitting right by her side, but on the end of the bed. He has to pretend he isn't crying, and he hurriedly slips the photo into his pocket. He turns to her, smiling. Your wish is my command, lady. Her eyes are closed, so she hasn't really seen what was going on. Water, please. She knows her next... He knows her next request will be met. One happy pill, please. Em, you know you're pushing the limits here. I gave you a pill just about an hour or so ago. It says 4 hours apart, and this is way too soon. Charlie, I promise not to die on you, not yet. I'm in a lot of pain here. Half a pill to stretch out the time a little more? You know that won't help, Charlie. Okay, 1 whole pill, but I'm going to watch you like a hawk, and I might rouse you a couple of times too. Whatever floats your boat, Popeye. He laughs. Emily suddenly raises one hand. She blurts out one whispered scream and then laughs. Charles panics. What is it, Em? A flutter, Charlie. I felt a little butterfly flutter. The baby is moving around. She manages to force herself to sit up. Charles helps her then to get positioned just so, and he hopes to feel the baby as well. He places his hand where she directs him. I felt it too. What an active little one. Little princess. Emily is all smiles. And either way, Charles starts to hand her the pill. She pushes his hand away. Wait, I want to enjoy this. Oh, sure. I'm happy you have your miracle baby, Em. Charles is pleased that being pregnant is something that brings her happiness in the midst of all her pain. She corrects him. Our baby, Charlie. Ours. Oh, of course. Emily settles back. I'll take that pill now. Got it right here. Water, there you go. And happy dreams, my love. He kisses her hand. Charles simultaneously hates the pills and is thankful for them. It's no question whether or not to allow Emily her pain pills. At 13 weeks pregnant, with Emily already living on borrowed time, Not one doctor would expect Emily to reach full term and successfully deliver her baby. Charles has researched, and it's taught him that Emily needs to get to 22 weeks before there is much hope of the baby surviving. Every day her chances are growing slimmer. He watches Emily's rhythmic breathing as she again falls asleep, and tears again fill his eyes. This is the end of chapter 28. We'll continue with chapter 29 and the next audio reading of the romance novel Engaged to be Married.